Good evening, my name is Tricia Zeitler, and this is a tutorial on how to balance your checkbook. What happens when you think you have more money in your checking account than you actually do? Your transactions start to bounce, wreaking havoc not only on your account balances due to non-sufficient fund fees, but potentially ruining your financial reputation with local businesses as they will not accept your checks. A monthly reconciliation of your account is a simple, easy way to prevent these issues from happening. Capital One's webpage on Money Basics tells us there's 5 simple steps to that monthly reconciliation process. Step 1, enter all your transactions daily. Step 2, review monthly statements and check off clear transactions. Step 3, make adjustments as necessary. Step 4, double check those adjustments. And finally, step 5, when your register and your statement match each other, you're reconciled. I would like to explain these steps to you today using my expertise gained as a cash balancer for my employer in hopes it will assist you with your own monthly reconciliations. Step 1, entering all your transactions into your cash register. Now, what exactly is a cash register? InvestorWordsPage.com defines it as an informational record for all deposits and withdrawals from a given checking account. So basically, in layman's terms, it's just a document to track your transactions. Check registers are normally provided to you from your banking institution. You can also get them from check vendors or download templates from online. Today, we have downloaded a template from Excel to use in our reconciliation. About Money's webpage tells us that there's some integral pieces of a check register that are required for a successful reconciliation. Those columns are a number or code descriptor column to tell us check number, deposit, credit card, debit card, ATM, and such. A date, a descriptor, which lets you know where you're spending your money, where it's coming from. A good way to identify any fraudulent transactions in your account also. A column to mark things off as they clear for your reconciliation. Debit column for the money you're spending. Credit column for the money you're earning. And the all-important balance column so you know how much money you have to spend. Step 2 in the reconciliation process is to compare your monthly bank statement with your check register. The bank statements are normally provided to you on a monthly cycle, not necessarily the 1st to the 30th, could be any day of the month. These are sent to you via mail, or you can obtain them via online. Today we borrowed a template from Excel to create a bank statement to use in our reconciliation. Most bank statements will have some generic information on there, being your banking institution and their contact information, your name, account number, and contact information, and important cycle dates and statement dates. Now that we have our statement and our register ready to go, we can start comparing the numbers. Our first number in our register and on our bank statement is our $1,000 deposit. So we can mark that item. The second item on our balance statement is a 5862 transaction at Walmart, which we also see appear in our register, so we can mark that as well. The next transaction we see on our bank statement is for Olive Garden, $39.48. We don't see that in our register. It's possibly a missed transaction, possibly an item we're waiting to clear from the month prior. So we'll make note of that so we can use it when we make our adjustments. The next item is an ATM transaction at Quick Trip, which we do see in our register, so we can mark off. The final item is an ATM service fee. We don't see that in our register, very rarely will you. These are necessary evils, and you just have to account for them at the end of the month. So now that we have compared everything from our check register and our bank statements, we can continue with our reconciliation. Step 3 is making all the adjustments to our register to reflect our bank statement. So we need to account for the missing transaction at Olive Garden. We've taken the information from our statement and entered it into our register, reducing our balance down to $150.90. We've also taken the fee information from our bank statement and entered that into our register, reducing our final balance down to $149.40. Now that we've made our adjustments in our register, we want to double check those, being step 4 of the process, to make sure that they're valid. As we mentioned before, fees are a necessary evil. If you use a lot of ATMs, you'll have those every month. And the missing transaction, you want to make sure that those are not from a previous month. In this case, we do have our receipt for Olive Garden, so we know it's a valid transaction. We also know it's not a fraudulent transaction. Moving on to step 5 would be our actual reconciliation. Now that we have a definite number in our bank statement and a definite number in our check register, we can enter that information into a reconciliation document. Now, these documents are normally provided to you from your banking institution, but they can also be downloaded via online. Today, we borrowed a template from simplestudies.com for our reconciliation. So the first part of the reconciliation is your balance for your check register. You'll notice we entered $191.38 into the first line, which matched our original before we adjusted balance. We accommodated for the missing fees and the missing transaction, bringing our check register balance down to $149.40, which matches our register. The next section of the reconciliation is the balance per our bank statement. We have $298.40, which we find as our ending balance for the month of November. And we've also adjusted that number for an outstanding $150 check that we have written to Cellcom. We can see we didn't mark it as cleared because we didn't find it in our bank statement. When we compare the two numbers, we end up with $149.40 versus $148.40, leaving us off by $1. When we don't balance in the first try, we have to go back and revisit step 3 and 4, make some additional adjustments. After reviewing everything, we noticed that our ATM transaction cleared our bank for $601. We only recorded it for $600, so we do need to accommodate for that dollar reconciling item. After entering the dollar reconciling item into our check register, we'll notice that our register balance is now $148.40, which matches the $148.40 per our bank statement, which leaves us reconciled for the month of November. As you can see, a monthly reconciliation is as simple as following these 5 steps. Enter your transactions daily. Review your monthly statement. Make all the necessary adjustments and always double check them. Finally, when everything matches, you're reconciled. In explaining and demonstrating these steps to you today, I hope I have provided some guidance needed to successfully completing your own monthly transaction reconciliations. Thank you and have a great day.